أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحاقة ما الحاقة وما أدراك ما الحاقة كذبت ثمود وعاد بالقارعة فأما ثمود فأهلكوا بالطاغية وأما عاد فأهلكوا بريح صرصر عاتية سخرها عليهم 7 ليال و8 أيام حسوما فترى القوم فيها صرعى كأنهم أعجاز نخل خاوية فهل ترى لهم من باقية وجاء فرعون ومن قبله والمؤتفكات بالخاطئة فعصوا رسول ربهم فأخذهم أخذة رابية إنا لما طغى الماء حملناكم بالجارية لنجعلها لكم تذكرة وتعيها أذن واعية فإذا نفخ في الصور نفخة واحدة وحملت الأرض والجبال فدكتا دكة واحدة فيومئذ وقعت الواقعة وانشقت السماء فهي يومئذ واهية والملك على أرجائها ويحمل عرش ربك فوقهم يومئذ 8 صدق الله العظيم.
أذان دے دو
جی أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة هيا على الفلاح هيا على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا رسوله الكريم. أما بعد، فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا استعينوا بالصبر والصلاة إن الله مع الصابرين ولا تقولوا لمن يقتل في سبيل الله أموات بل أحياء ولكن لا تشعرون. صدق الله مولانا العظيم. My dear respected brothers, sisters, children and elders, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On this blessed day of Yawm al-Jum'ah, 11th July 2020, which corresponds with 20th of Al-Qadri 1441 Hijri, we are in the Islamic Center of Ireland to perform our weekly obligation of Salat al-Jum'ah. Alhamdulillah, bi'iznillah, by the grace of Allah, this is our second Jum'ah after the masajid were all closed for the public. Last week we performed our first Jum'ah, and inshallah we will continue to do so because the unprecedented situation, we have unprecedented measures which you can, by now, this is part of our life, not only in the Islamic Center, but also in all other aspects of our life. We see that social distancing has become a reality. Therefore, in order to accommodate the worshippers, the muqtadeen, musallis in the Islamic Center, here and the Islamic centers and the masajid throughout, I would say, the whole of Europe, not only Ireland or the UK, but the whole of Europe, we see that masajid have increased the numbers of salat, increased the numbers of congregational prayers, and they have implemented social distancing measures. But brothers and sisters, today, I would like to talk about something very important. 25 years ago, 11th of July, 1995, something happened that shook the spines of humanity. Something happened that became known as the genocide of the Srebrenician Bosnians, the Bosnian Muslims. 25 years ago, 10,000 men were killed unjustly just because they had a different belief, just because there was diversity. They believed in a different religion, and based on this, innocent people, 10,000 people, men, they were killed, and thousands of women were molested, assaulted. And this all happened only 25 years ago. And it happened in Europe. It happened in Bosnia. My brothers and sisters, what happened in Bosnia was not new. It already took place in Europe. In 1940 up to 1945, in the Second World War, there another community were targeted, discriminated against, and a genocide took place against that community just because they had a different faith. The Jewish community. The Holocaust took place in the Second World War. In 1995, the Srebrenician massacre took place against Bosnian Muslims. On this day, we pray that Allah Almighty grants all those that passed away, particularly in the Srebrenician massacre, the mu'mineen, mu'minat, may Allah grant them a high maqam in Jannah. And may Allah give their family members sabr and give them in reward in akhirah that they meet their beloved members that were taken away from them, that they meet them in Jannah al-Firdaus. My brothers and sisters, these kind of massacres, these kind of injustices against humanity, which are really, when you look at it, highly problematic, because you realize that the perpetrators of such attacks happen to be often those that live in the same street, those that are neighbors, those that lived for many, many years together. The perpetrators of these attacks are not unknown people. They were those that lived in the same society. But yet, despite that, they committed these crimes. Why? This is because the people that commit the crimes, when they commit crimes against the community, before they commit a crime, there is a process, a psychological process that takes place, which is dehumanization. That the other is considered not to be human anymore. The other is considered not to be of the same sacredness. There is no human life sanctity for the other person. There is no respect associated, attributed to the other, like you would attribute to yourself, your own community. And this process, psychologists say, this is dehumanization. And it starts with fear. It starts with fear because you don't know about the other. It starts with hatred. That fear creates hatred. And then there are many other elements that mix together, and then this dehumanization becomes a reality. And sometimes this dehumanization is in the form of Islamophobia, anti-Muslim sentiment, sometimes anti-Semitism. Sometimes it is against religion in general. Sometimes it is against people that have different ideology, different race, different skin color. And when Islam came, Allah Almighty highlighted that this religion believes in diversity. Ya ayyuhan nas, inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin aw untha. O mankind, irrespective of your beliefs, irrespective of your race, irrespective of your culture, your community, irrespective of your lifestyle, inna khalaqnakum, we have created you all min dhakarin aw untha, from a man and a woman, وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا, and then Allah says, I am the one who then divided you into different tribes. And the diversities are created by Allah Himself. وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا, and we created you in different tribes. وَقَبَائِلْ لَتَلِتَعَارَفُوا, and the purpose of it was that you know each other. Because in diversity there is beauty. Imagine if somebody would be, the whole humanity would be the same. Imagine if everybody looked the same. Imagine if everybody had the same belief. Even there is a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ which says, Imam Bukhari narrated, that if on the earth everybody was to be a believer, Allah Almighty removed them. Everybody was to be a very pious person, Allah would remove them, and Allah would bring in turn, instead of them, an ummah, a nation, a community that would disobey Allah, but make tawbah to Allah, and Allah would forgive them. And it's amazing. Allah believes in diversity. He has given, this is the purpose of human will. This free will that we have, that you can choose, this is divinely given by Allah. And of course, the consequences of our choice is in akhirah, not in this dunya. Nobody here can punish another person because of their lifestyle, because of the faith, religion. That's a personal choice, and there are certain choices that are not personal. For example, that you are born into a particular race. But Allah and the Quran and the Prophet ﷺ highlight that this religion believes in the diversity and equality. You don't treat different people differently because they consume alcohol. You don't treat people differently because they eat pork. You treat them as human beings. The fact when they drink alcohol, this is between them and Allah. When you people don't pray, you don't call somebody a fasiq, a munafiq. You have no right to call someone a munafiq. Because you don't know, maybe that person will become the next day a friend, a habib of Allah, wali of Allah, and while your iman may be taken away. So don't judge other people, our religion teaches us. But my brothers and sisters, this fear that we find in societies is often starts by, the whole process starts by people they don't know about each other. We all, brothers and sisters in Ireland, whether you come from Syria, from Pakistan, Nigeria, it doesn't matter, or Bangladesh, we all are representatives of our countries, but also of our religion, Al-Islam. Do you agree with this? We are all representatives of Islam. Islam is our deen. We are known for Islam. People, when they judge us, our character, they will assume this is how Muslims talk. This is how Muslims deal. This is why you have an extra duty of care towards the society to become better in akhlaq, to excel in everything. When it comes to your work, working in a hospital as a doctor, you give it your best, because not only are you going to be personally judged, you are going to be judged as a Muslim person also. And the same applies to everybody else in every aspect of life. But brothers and sisters, one other thing that we need to do is we need to reach out to others as Muslims. And I strongly believe in this. I'm a strong believer that Islam is not telling us just to come on Jumah. We need to go out and tell people about this religion. But I don't believe in brothers standing in the city center with Qur'ans and handing out Qur'ans. I don't believe that that is effective da'wah. In my view, the most effective da'wah is the da'wah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَىٰ خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. It is to show this beautiful character as a Muslim. You don't need to give somebody a Quran. First, let the person become impressed by your character and ask you, how come you are so kind, you are so merciful, you are so beautiful in your character? You tell them it's because I have been taught this by God, and this is where I get my teachings from. Then you give the Quran. So my brothers and sisters, one of the things that alhamdulillah, I have always believed in is that we need to reach out. And for this, we have invited in the masjid sometimes non-Muslims, we have invited them to come. This time, COVID-19, because of this, the masajid were closed. I was thinking that we as Muslims have a duty towards each other, but also towards the larger community. So I saw a picture of Muslims in Germany praying Eid in IKEA. I'm sure you have seen the picture online. Muslims in Germany were praying Eid in the car park of IKEA. So when I saw that picture, I got thinking, this is about 2 months ago, with Eid al-Fitr. I said, subhanAllah, wouldn't it have been great, we Muslims in Ireland, in Dublin at least, if we pray all Jumah outside, all Eid outside, Eid al-Adha outside. Because in the masjid, you can't have more than 100 people. Even Klonsky Masjid, South, nobody can have more than 100 people because of the lockdown. So Allah Almighty has been, the work that we have done for the past many years as Irish Muslim Peace and Integration Council has been very effective, to this extent that we have been, alhamdulillah, given, our organization has been given, and we have managed and organized everything now. This Eid al-Adha, we are praying outside, inshallah. And when I tell you this, where we are praying, I want to hear takbir from you. We are going to pray Eid al-Adha this year in Dublin, in the most historic, symbolic place that you can imagine in Dublin. We are all, inshallah, praying Eid al-Adha in Croke Park. We are praying Eid al-Adha in Croke Park. Alhamdulillah. All things have been arranged. In fact, the only challenge we have is we cannot accommodate more than 500 people and maybe even 1,000 if the government allows for 1,000. We have another imam from the Dublin city center. I invited him also, who has his own congregation. His name is Mufti Ismail. He accepted the invitation also, and he will be joining, inshallah. And on that day, I want to show the beauty of Islam to everybody, not just Muslims, but the whole Ireland. It will be a very big Eid al-Adha celebration. More details will follow next week, inshallah, on our websites and on other.
That is, it will be all the mosques in Ireland will be.
No, not yet, not this year. This year it will be only 500 people maximum. Next year, inshallah, biiznillah, because we have managed that every year we are going to pray Eid there. Eid al-Adha, not the small Eid, Eid al-Adha. Because Eid al-Adha, you have 10 days in advance, you know when Eid al-Adha takes place. There is a lot of management and organization involved. We have already been there for the past 2 months, many times, exchange of communication. It's very, very hard thing to do. And therefore, inshallah, next year we aim, and this is my you know me, my vision. If you have been praying with me, you know my vision, and there was no need for me to tell you more. But you know that I believe in unity. I believe we should show our unity, our diversity, our beauty of Islam, and we will do so, inshallah. My brothers and sisters, may Allah Almighty give us tawfiq to follow the beautiful religion of Islam. And more details about Eid al-Adha will follow in the next few days, inshallah. But just that you know and be prepared for it. Next week there will be press release, it will be all in the media. But I just thought, my congregation, I need to tell you in advance that you know what is going on, inshallah. Barakallahu lana wa lakum fil Quran al-azim wa nafa'ana wa iyyakum bil ayati wa dhikr al-hakim innahu ta'ala jawadun kareemun wa malikun barrun rahim. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا وأصحاب سيدنا بعدد من قال وقال، خصوصا على سيدنا أبا بكر وعلى سيدنا عمر وعلى سيدنا عثمان وعلى سيدنا علي وعلى أبنائه الشريفين أبي محمد إمام حسن وحسين وعلى سائر الصحابة وعلينا معهم أجمعين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين، اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين، اللهم خلص قبلتنا الأولى وأرض فلسطين. اللهم إنا نسألك الصحة والعفة والأمانة وحسن الخلق والرضا والقدر. اللهم انصر من نصر دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم واجعلنا منهم. اللهم ارزقنا زيارة مكة المكرمة والمدينة المنورة والمسجد الأقصى، آمين بحرمة سيد الأبرار صلى الله عليه وسلم. عباد الله رحمكم الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. ولذكر الله تعالى أعلى وأعز وأتم وأجل وأعظم وأكبر. سبحان الله عما يصفون. Please stand up for salat.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله، أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
استووا أقيموا صفوفكم واعتدلوا. Brothers, after the salat, inshallah, please remain seated. Do not offer your sunnahs. There is no time for that. And inshallah, we will guide you and instruct you how you will have to leave the masjid, inshallah. Jazakumullah. Allahu Akbar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. Brothers, as you know that there are brothers waiting outside for the next salat. There is